You ever just looked around you and just didn't know what to do? You look at your life, you look at your family, you look at your friends, co-workers. You look at the world around you and you just don't know what to do. You're like, what am I supposed to be doing again? It seems to me that there's no way to stop myself from having an experience. I'm having an experience, yes, but what am I supposed to be doing? Existence is a burden. I don't know why some people keep on saying that life is a gift. It shows you that we don't think deeply about anything, really. One of my worst fears is accidentally bringing a person into existence. It's one of my worst fears. If you accidentally get a woman pregnant and she says, I'm not aborting, what are you gonna do? I'm afraid of bringing someone into existence because I know that existence is a burden. Each and every day I meet people who don't know what they're doing or what they're supposed to be doing. You're just walking around like they know what they're doing because they've been taught to pretend to know what they're doing. But no one really knows what they're doing. Everything that happens because there is existence. As sentient beings, we are always aware of something. You are never not aware. That makes existence a burden. And this burden is full of suffering. You suffer. You suffer for not doing anything. You suffer for doing something. You don't just chill and be free. If you do nothing, if you wake up in the morning and be like, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. Straight up, I'm doing nothing. Who's going to pay your bills? What are you going to eat? Then you start to think about your past. Start to think about what you could be doing now. You start to miss some people. And you start to suffer. You decided, you know what? Let me go out into the world and let me do what everyone else is doing. And you realize that the world is cold. You'd even wish that you could freeze yourself What if I can just freeze myself for a couple of years, take a break from reality? You can't. What if I can fake being sick so that maybe they'll put me in a coma or something? Because I'm tired. It's a burden, man. If you were to look at reality as it is, you realize that it is actually a burden, because you don't know how to not exist. You are here. You might say, what about death? You don't know if after dying you stop existing. You don't know. You don't even know what this is. That's what makes making it worse, because if you don't know what this is, you don't even know how to escape it. So if you're in a prison and you know that you're in a prison, you kind of figure out how to escape it. You figure out who knows how to escape the prison. Maybe you make a deal with the guards, you know what I mean, because they can help you. Here you don't know. You don't know what to do. You're just here, witnessing things that seem to be happening, and you don't know. You don't even know if there's something that is actually happening. You don't know if all of this is not happening in your mind. You don't know. People will be like, it depends on how you look at it. There's a real way to look at life. This is a real way to look at life. I'm telling you that you are in a world that you really don't understand. For real, that is what is true. You can tell yourself any story. That's true. You can tell yourself any story about something that you don't understand. Right? You can tell yourself any story about something that you don't understand. If you've never seen a mirror before and they showed you a mirror, you didn't even know how you look, you could tell yourself anything and you could believe it. You could believe that you're seeing your soul. You could believe that you're seeing another person. There's another person that's looking at you, right? Because you don't know what is actually going on. We don't know what the heck is going on. So we just live. Carrying this heavy burden. It's like, have you ever seen a dog with like a bucket that it doesn't know how to remove? It is a bucket on its head and doesn't know how to remove that bucket. It's just running around. It's like being conscious in this reality. It's this burden called existence. You don't know what to do with it. You distract yourself from the fact that you don't know what to do with existence, because you don't. I realize that every time when I try to do something, go to the gym, get into a relationship, live in a new place, make videos, it's just me not even knowing what to do. It's like I'm trying to distract myself from the truth, which is that I don't know what the heck is going on. I have my theories, and my theories make sense, but that doesn't mean that I know what's going on. There's a difference between knowing and thinking as logically as possible and figuring out what really makes sense, right? But what makes sense isn't always the truth. So I don't know what is going on, but I do sometimes try to come up with my own theories about what might actually be going on, which is a good thing to do, because you can't just live your life pretending to know what's going on while you know nothing. Sometimes you have to sit down and just think. Isn't it sad that we found ourselves carrying this burden of existence where people are mean, people are cold, people don't care about one another, people don't help one another? there's wars. That shows us that we don't really care about one another. We pretend to care about one another because we are protecting something. In reality, we don't. I think that's what Joker in that like fame, like the most popular Batman movie, was trying to like show everyone. When things go wrong, you'd see people start acting like people. But people do act like people most of the time. We just don't notice. I was watching some videos on YouTube and I came across a shot. There's this guy, I forgot which country he's from. It's handsome, lives in the street. He dressed like people in the Stone Age, but he looks handsome. So this guy was just taking photos of him. And he created a shot, and that shot became viral. And some people commented that, yeah, they know him. People make fun of him. People tease him. People are cruel. They treat him badly. And he's a good person. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't drink alcohol. He's always happy. He doesn't harass anyone. But people are so damn cruel that they're always harassing him. They're always making fun of him. You know, they're telling him to do things that are degrading. You know, telling him to just dance while they laugh at him and all that. You know. And he seemed happy. And people were complimenting him for being happy. He's a beautiful soul. Look at his eyes. Look at his smile. He's always happy. And I was like, yeah, people are cruel. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that people are cruel. When they tell him to dance and they make fun of him, he doesn't know that that's what's happening. The people who seem to be happy are people who are not aware of what is going on. They just see things happening and they're so naive and so innocent that they don't realize why these things are happening. See, if you want to be happy, you must not understand why the things that are happening happen. That's it. If people are trying to manipulate you, you mustn't see that you are being manipulated. That's it. You'll be happy, right? Because even when bad things happen, you won't realize that something bad has happened. I remember there's this case that I was following. So this lady, I think she was like a psychic or something. I don't really remember. But there was this guy, like his parents died and they were rich. So they left him with a lot of money. So this lady took advantage of him because he was still a virgin. He's never dated anyone. He was alone. She realized that, dang, can make a lot of money here. She stayed with him, started stealing his money in every way that she can. She even got her daughter involved. She knew he was lonely, so she told her daughter to come through. Oh yeah, because she was a psychic. She told him that he was gonna meet this beautiful blonde lady at an airport one day, and then this other day he went to an airport and then he met her daughter. So he believed that it's because she's a psychic. She predicted everything. So of course, it's how the universe wanted things to be. And they started to chow his money. People in that community realized what was going on, and The mother and the daughter ended up getting arrested. After they got arrested, that guy still didn't believe that he was being scammed, until, they even after they confessed, he still didn't believe. He was so damn naive that he didn't realize what was going on. So he was cool. He was happy because he was naive. But if you see what is going on, you just, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't capable of seeing what's going on. They even, like he at some point he wanted a baby. She didn't want to have sex with him because she didn't love him. So she had sex with her boyfriend and then they got a baby. But her boyfriend didn't want to get her baby involved, like that baby involved. So she borrowed the baby from another person. Came back with her baby, like, because she left and went back home to give birth. So when she came back, she had to borrow an what a crazy world that we live in. It's so funny. Like some stories you just can't believe are real. Like some things you can't believe are possible. But these things do happen. You know what I mean? Like these things really do happen. So yeah, the mother and the daughter ended up getting arrested. But that's the thing, you have to be naive. Because if you really going to be aware of what's going on, if you're going to be aware of how we think as people, how cruel we are, how evil we are, you're not going to like this world very much. So the guy is always happy because he's not aware of what is going on. People make fun of him. He's dancing, he's smiling. He's okay because he doesn't really understand what is going on. So it's the people who are aware of what's going on who are not happy. The homeless people that I know who are not happy are the homeless people who are actually aware of what's going on. Like they'll explain to you what is actually going on and realize that they're not happy because they understand what's going on. They'll tell you how people are. They'll tell you how people think. They'll tell you what they've been through. They'll tell you their life story. That, hey, I didn't think I was going to end up here, but I grew up in a family where I was being treated this way and I ended up running away. No one even looked for me and I ended up here. Tell you that story, you're like, damn. You find that they're very intelligent, but they're broken. It's not easy for them to go back into what we call society and be part of society in a productive way because they know how we are. Like it's hard for them to. It's like people who don't want to date anymore because of what they've been through. They were kind in the beginning, they were good in the beginning, they believed in love in the beginning, but they were treated so badly that they're like, what the fuck? Like they can't believe what they've experienced. They can't believe that they've been betrayed by people that they truly believed in. And they've had to heal themselves because no one was there. They've had to heal themselves, and after healing, they're like, you know what, I'm never dating again. I'd rather be single forever. So it's like the people who live in the street, they're like, I don't want to go back to society again. I'd rather just be in the street and live life that's unpredictable, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know who I'm going to meet tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. That's fine with me. The more you know, the more this feels like a burden. The more you understand, the more this feels like a burden because it is. It's just that if you don't realize that it's a burden, then it's not, right? So it doesn't feel like a burden if you don't realize that it's a burden. If you're not very conscious of what is happening around you, then it doesn't feel like a burden. That's why some people prefer drinking alcohol, trying to numb down the pain. They don't want to be that aware of what's going on around them. Remember there's this video of this guy from my village. He's funny. Someone was creating a video of him talking about alcohol. He was like, they're saying that I must quit alcohol. So you're saying that I should be normal? Like I should just be normal every day? Like normal. Like, I thought it was funny. Like he doesn't want to be normal. He wants to be, want to detach himself from reality. Forget what is actually happening. Because reality is a burden. So he's like, I gotta forget that I'm carrying this burden. That's why people get easily addicted to drugs. They don't know how to get rid of this burden. So whatever works, even if it's destroying their lives. We get addicted to video games because we're trying to escape reality. We get addicted to people because we're trying to escape reality. We get addicted to watching TV, music, but like we're trying to escape reality. We're trying to escape the truth, which is that we're carrying this burden that we don't know how to get rid of, and we don't even know what to do with this burden. We don't know who gave us this burden. We can say it's our parents, but we don't know that for sure. It just seems that way. Because it seems that way, I've told myself that I'm not going to be a parent, but we don't know. We don't know where all of this began, how it began, why it began. We don't know. And someone will say it's a gift. In what way it's a gift? It's like if someone put a helmet on you and then you started, and there was a screen where you just watch something happening, and they say it's a gift, and you didn't know how to take that helmet off. You kept on hearing sounds and you're watching things happening. How do I get this thing off? Like, I don't know. You're like, what? You mean I can't get this thing off? I don't know. And they say it's a gift. Do you understand? I don't think you understand me. Like you're watching this movie every single day and they're telling you it's a gift. You don't know what to do with this movie. You don't know how to interpret this movie. The older you get, the more it stops making sense. It's like the more conscious you become, the more it stops making sense. It makes sense when you're naive and you don't think that deeply about anything. When you're young, you just want sweets, you want candy, that's it. When your parents come back home with candy, you are happy. But when things become complicated and you start to ask yourself, what the heck is this? That's when it feels more like a burden, because it is. And you start to have more and more responsibilities. Not having a kid is actually great, because you have less responsibilities even as an adult. So you can find yourself having money with less responsibilities. So that's great, but still it's a burden, because you're becoming more and more conscious, and you're less distracted, because you don't have a lot of things to focus on. You don't have children to raise. I'm not saying people must have children. It's not like that's better. People with children, they always have problems. They always have problems. Like if you think you got problems now, have children, you'll see. But yeah, if you don't have children, you have time. You just think. You can read a book and expand your awareness. Start to understand things in ways that you never understand things before. Start to look at things in a new way. So you start to realize this is a pattern. You start to realize that, damn, it seems like a lot of people don't know what is going on, because when you're so young, you feel like your parents know what's going on, right? Like they figured it out. So that's why everyone seems to become and they're not screaming, that they don't have problems, they don't cry, because you never see your parents crying. But as you become older and you become more and more educated and you become more and more conscious, you're like, damn, no one knows what the heck is going on. You see, the more conscious you become, the more you realize people know nothing. If you become more conscious than people around you, you realize that people know nothing. Because when I was young, I used to think, oh, there are people who know more than me. But as I become more and more conscious, I'm like, what the heck? It's like people don't know anything. In fact, there ain't that many people that understand what I understand. So that means that if I understand, if I'm like in the 1%, right, I understand things that a lot of people don't understand. That means no one really understands what's going on. You know, back then when I was young and I didn't understand much, I felt like, yeah, people know what's going on. But as I got older and started to understand things, I realized that people don't know what's going on, because now I understand things. Now I'm an adult, and I'm not just like an ordinary adult. I'm an adult who has like studied a lot of things and who has taken his time to truly think deeply about a lot of things. And I don't understand what the heck is going on. So if I don't understand what's going on, it means nobody understands what is going on. You know, except maybe for people who are in secret societies who are told what the heck this is, but I don't, because no one told me. And you don't just figure out what's going on and know that you'll figure out what's going on if no one tells you that you'll figure out what's going on. You know, anything is possible. It's like if I decided to leave now and leave this camera recording, you know, go and do something for like maybe 10 minutes and come back and ask you, what was I doing? How will you know what I was doing? Some of y'all will say, oh, you were eating. Some of you will say, oh, you were taking a call. Some of you will say you were in a bathroom. Some of you will say you were talking to someone, but no one will confirm to you what I was doing. Some of you will be right, but no one will confirm to you what I was doing. So you wouldn't know what I was doing. Even if you guess what I'm doing, if there's no one to confirm to you what I was doing, you're never gonna know. So that's life. It's like no matter how smart you are, you just have no way of figuring out what the heck is going on, and no one is confirming that to you. So, you know, even if there are people who know what's going on because they were told what's going on, it wouldn't mean that they're smarter than you. They just know. They were told what is actually going on. But you weren't told. No one confirmed to you. How is that not a burden? How is that a gift? That's the fact that you can't escape this when you want. It tells you something. You know, some people decide to do things that they are really, really scared to do, trying to escape this. But I don't think there's a way out. I don't think that's the way out. That's why I don't encourage people to try to exit on their own because they are in pain. You know, I encourage people to do what I tell them to do, which is, you know, try your best to be as brave as possible. Try your best to be as strong as possible. Try your best to deal with what is going on outside of you internally, right? Try your best so that you are no longer affected deeply by the things that are happening, by what the matrix is showing you. Because if you are eternal, let's just say after this existence, you're still going to exist, you still deal with the same BS. It means that you will not have escaped this shit. But if you train yourself to be, that's why I'm telling you, be brave. It's like, this is this is gonna help you. I've given you this example before, that there were things that I used to be afraid of when I was young that I'm no longer afraid of. It means that even when I'm dreaming, I'm no longer afraid of these things. It means that even if I found myself in the afterlife, I wouldn't be afraid of these things. So you must try your best to conquer your fears, but not just your fears. Even like the things that hurt you, things that make you sad. Try your best to handle loneliness very well. Try your best to handle rejection very well. Try your best, like, no matter what situation you are in, if you are living in poverty, try your best to not care so much that you are traumatized by what you're experiencing. You live with toxic people, try your best to handle that. You're in prison, try your best to handle your situation. The guy that I was telling you about, he's cool because he doesn't know what's going on, right? People are making fun of him. People are gossiping about him. People are laughing at him, forming circles around him. It's cool. You know what's going on, so what should you do? Maybe you should not care. You must not think deeply about what is going on, right? Like if you were him, you just if people were laughing at you, you'd not even tell yourself what that actually means. You just watch them laugh and just let that happen in the background and not even care. Like, oh, they're laughing, oh, they're making fun of me, oh, they're saying this, they're saying that, and it's like you don't give them power. Nowadays I don't take what happens in my life very seriously. Like what I've realized is that my life is it's full of moments that can make a person cry. I don't really cry. The last time I cried was when my dad died. I was in my room alone when I received a call, and but it just felt right. I knew that that's one of the best ways to heal. But it feels like there are things that happen that should make me cry, and there ain't things like that should make me cry because these things hurt. But there ain't things that happen that should make me cry because these things are things that I wanted to experience. Like when let's say you were trying to accomplish something for a very long time, and you finally accomplish it. You're gonna feel like crying, like tears of joy, because you can't believe that you've accomplished what you've been trying to accomplish. It seems like my life doesn't have that. It's just some messed up things that happen that are so messed up that you're like, what the heck? But then there isn't those moments that make you want to cry because something great has happened that makes you want to cry. So it has gotten to a point where I'm like, I should not pay that much attention to the things that are happening. Like my death hurt me a lot, but I try to let it be in the background. Like I don't think about that. I know that it's died, but I don't think about it. Like I purposefully try to avoid thinking about that. And I purposely try to avoid thinking about anything. I just live in the present, because the more away you are, the more this feels like a burden. So it's better to just detach yourself and just observe everything without interpretation. You're like, it is what it is. I don't even know what's going on. Like, it is what it is. So it seems like that's the best way to cope than to be like, oh, my dad died? Damn, man, but why did that happen? I still needed him. I miss him. Damn, how are we gonna do this without him? I'm just gonna be like, hey, it is what it is, man. Whatever problem arises, I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there. Right now, I'm just gonna focus on now. Because life isn't giving me those beautiful experiences that should make me want to just cry because of joy, because something great is happening. You just want to cry. It's not giving me that. It's just trauma after trauma. It gets to a point where you naturally become numb. You're like, what the heck? It's weird. So that's why I tell you it's a burden, because it's not something that you can, you know how to control. So you just figure out how to cope. It's cold. It was raining today. It's always, what's weird is that it's spring now, like it's not supposed to be cold, but it is. It's a cold world. J. Cole knew what he was talking about when he said it was a cold world. It is a cold world. So I don't blame anyone for living their lives in a way that they think is best. Even if I don't agree with their ways of doing things, I'm like, what are we really supposed to be doing? Where am I to say, no, you're living life wrong, here's how you must live life? I'll tell people what I think is the best way to live life. Yeah, I'll tell people no, I remember someone's comment, I hope they are watching. They were like, there's too many big S's passing. Like, they were watching the previous video that I uploaded, and that made me laugh. And I think South Africa, like, believe it or not, I think South Africa, like, there isn't a country like South Africa, like the women in South Africa got big booties, bro. I'm telling you, because I've watched videos of women in other countries. It's not the same. Like South Africa, man. South Africa is something else. You'll be surprised. If you like big booty women, come to South Africa, right? You'll see what I'm talking about. I don't blame people for coping with life the way that they cope with life. Like, hey, sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and 7 seas. Everybody looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. These people don't know what the heck they're supposed to be doing. Life doesn't come with a manual. Life doesn't come with instructions. You're just conscious. What are you supposed to do? I encourage people to try their best to figure out what this is. Right? I encourage people to try their best to figure out what this is. And, to, like, imagine yourself in a world different from this, but where you don't know why you are there, you know nothing, you don't know who created that world, you don't know what it is, you're just there. What do you do to escape? What do you do to free yourself? What, you know what I mean? Try to imagine yourself in those kind of situations. Try to watch movies where the main character has found himself in that kind of situation. That's gonna give you ideas. You know, that's gonna teach you how to think in this kind of situation. Watch videos of people like me. You know, there are people who make this kind of content on YouTube. You know, watch videos, like you're gonna keep on getting ideas. You know, watch on the video that I published previously. I was talking about near-death experiences. Watch videos about that too. Let's try together to figure out what the heck this is. That's, to me, that's what's really important. That's what you are supposed to be doing, according to me, because without knowing what the heck is going on, you can be treated in any way without even knowing that the way that you're being treated is wrong. You could suffer without even knowing that you're suffering. You know, you put a dog on a leash, doesn't know that something, like you tied leash tied to a tree, it can't even it doesn't have freedom, right? It's just in one place. It doesn't see that some of these dogs in that situation don't even see that, you know, that's just wrong. Like, there are dogs that are free. Their owners will even, you know, walk them. Dogs love it when you go out to the park with them. They love that. Like, they'll be so damn happy. They'll be so damn happy, bro. They don't want to be in one place like that. It's prison for them. But some dogs might not even realize that. They might not even realize they're suffering. They might just ask themselves, why am I not fulfilled and all that? Not really understand how a dog is supposed to be. Even if we were supposed to be happy, do you think that we'll be happy in a world where we forgot how we're supposed to be as humans? We're designed to feel happy when certain things happen, and those things aren't happening anymore. Now we work in offices. You wake up at a certain time in the morning and go to work. In an office, you don't like your co-workers. You're just stuck in this place where you're doing paperwork, you know, sitting behind a screen, typing, and like, how are you going to be happy? Seriously, like, even if you were supposed to be happy, how? If you were meant to be in the wild, you know, with your tribe, dancing, it ought to be planting crops, whatever, hunting, if you're that kind of person, just doing things. Maybe that's what's supposed to make humans happy, not this, not driving cars, not sitting behind a computer, not being alone in your room, not being in prison, not be given like a false sense of morality. It's a cold world. Like, we have not figured out how to cope in this world. So look, not only have we not figured out how to truly have fun, we have not even figured out how to cope. See? Like, people are not really coping, they're trying to cope. There's a difference. So we've never even figured out how to cope. So how do we even have fun? How do people become happy? When people are happy, bruh, they cry because they're happy. You understand? Like, people are so damn numb When I wasn't crying at my dad's funeral, people just thought I was strong. Like, no, we're numb, bro. Yeah, I did cry when my sister told me that my dad passed away, because I was this side. I was alone, I was this side. And yeah, it's just it felt weird because, someone that was there your whole life, because my dad was there my whole life. He died after I turned 31. So he was there my whole life. And when I say he was there, I really mean he was there. He was that person that, whenever I had a problem, I know he's the guy that I'm going to call. Like, hey, I have this problem. This is what's happening. Stuff like that. Like, we'll talk, knowing that he's there. Like, knowing on a subconscious level that he's there. You don't feel like something is missing. You feel a bit strong, but so when he's not there, it's different. But yeah, people just thought I was just strong. My sisters weren't crying, except like it was only my younger sister that was crying. My mom wasn't crying. So it felt like we were just strong. Like, no, we've been through a lot that all of us are shocked. All of us just had to cry privately. Like, we've been through so much that even like crying doesn't feel right. this reminds me of this other meme that I saw on Facebook. So it was this dude that is sitting next to this lady and she's crying, and they wrote, when you grew up in a family where they taught you to keep things to yourself, so you don't know what to do like when someone is crying. Like this, we've been through so much that we were like that as a family. Like, we don't cry. So things just happen. I remember when they told us, like when my dad told us that my grandmom died, no one cried. He just said it and we all kept quiet. We don't know how to respond because we've been through hell. Like, people who've never been through hell, man, when things like that happen, they'll cry, they roll on the floor and all. Like, when you've truly been through hell, it doesn't even feel right to cry, because you've had to teach yourself to not cry. Because if you had to cry, it would mean that you have to be crying every time. You understand? You have to be crying 24/7, so you don't even cry anymore. You're kind of like numb. The pain is there, but you are already in pain. It's like, have you ever watched like a video of someone getting beat by like the mob, like people hitting them with different things? They get to a point where they're not crying anymore. You find that they break the person's hand, and it's like they're not in pain anymore because their whole body is in pain. So that's how it is. It's like you have suffered so much that pain doesn't feel different, and it's like it's how you've always felt. So you've always been in pain. So when something else happened that's painful, it's like you don't even notice that. You don't even notice it anymore because you're already in pain. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Come on, this is just not right, guys. This is just not right. That's what I'm saying. Life is something that needs to be figured out. What really is it? How do we set ourselves free? How do we think in ways that are gonna help us float? You know what I mean? Not be underwater, not be like under our problems, but float above our problems. Because really, if there's anything that's a burden, it's life. Everything that we feel is a burden happens or is there because there's life. Because you're conscious, you're self-aware. So the things that you feel like are burdensome, these are the things that happen within existence itself. So it's existence that is actually a burden. Some people will say, oh, you'd have to create your own meaning. You'd be like, I'm tired of creating meanings, bro. Why should I have to create my own meaning? What if I've already created all kinds of meaning, that there's no more meaning to create? Life is unbelievable, man. Sometimes I just can't believe I'm conscious. It's unbelievable. Like, how did that even happen? I need to go somewhere, so I needed to talk to this other guy. I just hope, everyone is doing their best to cope, and also, doing their best to figure out what this is. Maybe no one is going to really tell you what this is, because, well, no one really knows what this is. But maybe they can give you ideas. Maybe they can teach you how to think. Maybe they can inspire you to think. Who knows? It's good that you are trying to solve this puzzle. I believe that there isn't like a person who will be watching my videos who's not trying to solve this puzzle called life. It's like you're trying to solve this puzzle. You didn't choose to solve this puzzle. You didn't choose this puzzle, but you just have to solve it, because what can you do? You don't really have a choice. So yeah. I like the fact that most of the people who watch my videos do not want to have children, even if you already have children, but you don't wanna, like most of the people who watch my videos don't wanna have more children. So if they already have children, they don't wanna have more children. If they don't have children, they don't want to have children, because they understand what that implies. You're basically saying, hey, no man, whatever is happening here is good. You know what I mean? It's not a burden, it's a gift, man. This is beautiful. I believe that it's really a gift. That's why I would even make someone experience it without their consent. You see, the reason why people will throw like surprise parties for people that they love is because they assume that they're gonna like that. You see, they're like 99% that, okay, this person, if I throw them like a surprise party, they'll be happy. So it's like life. It's like they're assuming that when you have a child, you're assuming, you're like 99% sure that that child is gonna love life. But even if there was 1% chance that they might not, I still wouldn't say it's a good idea to bring someone here, because this is a big deal. It's not like a surprise party. With a surprise party, you can just pretend for like 4 hours and it's over. You know what I mean? So even if you don't like the fact that they throw a surprise party for you, you can just be there and pretend. It will be over. You know, maybe it will only happen once in your life. But with existence, we're talking about something that's just you just don't know how to get rid of. You're just conscious. So it's really a big deal. And on top of everything, we have to consider the fact that most people above the age of 25 ain't even happy. Right, most people about the age of 25 are not even happy. Yes, they might not be depressed, but like happy. Are they happy? Like they're so excited when they wake up in the morning. Like, wow, dude. Very, very few people wake up in the morning and they're just so damn excited, right? It's like every day is a struggle, you know. When people wake up in the morning, they start thinking about the problems that they have, and like, damn, how do I fix this problem? What should I do? Hey, how am I gonna, get my life back on track? Damn, this thing is not fair. Damn, why does this keep on happening to me? If you live in Africa, you believe that there are witches that did something. That's why things are not going well in your life. We tend to accuse witches when things are not going well in our lives. Like, we don't want to just admit that this just sucks. Like, no, everyone here believes that. Something bad happens. Oh, it's witches. Like, nah, this is just bad, Even if it's witches, that also means that this is bad. It's weird, man, that we're having this experience. But if you are watching this video, I know you are trying, I know you're trying to learn, you're trying to understand, you're trying to set yourself free. You're trying to make sense of everything. Maybe I should be glad that I'm as conscious as I am now, because that's a start. I am trying to figure out what this is. You should be glad that you are as conscious as you are, because that most people don't even think, right? Which is really scary. So at least if you can, ask the right questions, if you can, try to figure out what this is, if you care enough to try to to understand what this is, that's better. Because there was no other way to set yourself free, obviously, than knowing what the truth is, or at least taking a leap of faith after gathering all the evidence that you'll be able to gather, you know. Because if no one is going to tell us what this is, then maybe we need to take a leap of faith. But wouldn't it be beautiful if maybe at the beginning of next year, they told us what this is? Like, they stopped everything. Like, you know what? Now we just want to explain to you what life is. We're doing some experiment or whatever. Like, that would be beautiful, man. Because, damn. Or if it ever got explained to us when we're done. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it will be. I think whatever explanation will be given, it will be BS. Like, they will lie to us. Based on how it was, I don't really believe. Even if it was possible to tell us what this is, or now or after, I don't think they will really tell us. I think we're not supposed to know. I think we are much easier to control. They get the best results when they are keeping us in the dark. And that's why nothing makes sense. You just watch us. It's like the Truman thing, if you watch the Truman Show. Like, the whole show revolves around a guy who doesn't know that he's in a TV show. So he's the only one who doesn't know that he's in a TV show. Everyone knows that he's in a TV show. If he knew that he was in a TV show, it would mean that the whole show is over. Because what's gonna happen now? It's no longer gonna be fun anymore. He'll be trying to escape, so they will have to keep him locked up or something. But if he doesn't know that he's in a TV show, doesn't know that his life is in a controlled environment, everything that happens in his life is planned by someone. If he doesn't know that, he's just gonna. And you know how, as humans, we like watching people who don't know what's going on struggle. Like, we laugh. Like, when a child is naive, they don't know what's going on. They're surprised by something, we laugh. Or you're playing with your dog and it's that you're using technology that it doesn't understand. So it's surprised. What's going on? You laugh. So it kind of feels like that. Thank you, guys.